Welcome to the Rounded Square, where iOS gaming gets its time to shine. IGN is widely considered as one of the best entertainment websites out there. Across their entire history of reviewing video games, they've only given out 32 perfect 10 out of 10 reviews. They went to games as classic as Soul Calibur, Uncharted 3, Pokemon Gold, Grand Theft Auto 4, Metal Gear Solid 4, and of course The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. However, only one iPhone game has received this immense honor. It's a game that truly is perfection and can easily stand among the greatest ever made. This is Infinity Blade 2. The graphics are fan-jizz-in-my-pants-tastic. Now that the obvious is out of the way, let's move on. The first thing that I liked about Infinity Blade 2 was the story. After besting the God King, one of the immortal rulers of mankind called the Deathless, your hero wields the power of the Infinity Blade and is deciding what to do with it. Infinity Blade 2 picks up when he decides to find the Worker, a legendary man of miracles who can aid him in his quest to free humanity from the Iron Fist of the Deathless. In order to free him, you have to fight through a castle multiple times, eventually defeating now numerous final bosses. I really like this because it is original and simple, not trying to be anything that might come off as forced, but still daring to use some creativity. Now on to the gameplay. Each duel in Infinity Blade 2 is like an old school boss fight, and I really like that. The enemy you're facing has a limited array of attacks that all fall into a pattern. Memorize the pattern and you'll most likely be victorious. While a chunk are universal, each opponent has a large set of moves that are unique. The three different combat styles are fantastic additions, and I would argue the biggest improvement over the original. The iconic sword and shield combo stayed, but is now slower and more realistic. Dual wielding is faster, but with no blocking, which is perfect for me, seeing as I only dodged and parried anyway, and while it is my least favorite, I'm still occasionally drawn to the brutal power and deceptive simplicity of the heavy style. They really are three totally different ways to play, and it does a great job of letting people find the one they're best at, as well as offering a little change of pace if your usual style is getting stale. And finally, we address the game's biggest strength. Infinity Blade 2 has the best combat system of not just all iPhone games, but of any video game I have ever played. Not only is it incredibly satisfying with great hit detection, animations, and sounds, but it is entirely based on your own personal skill. In almost every other game, there is at least some chance involved in winning or losing a confrontation. In shooters, someone could sneak up from behind before you have a chance. In platformers, there can be cheap traps. Even in fighters, there can be unbalanced moves. Basically, at least some portion of any other video game I've played has some luck involved. With Infinity Blade 2, though, you have absolutely no excuses for failure besides yourself. You have one opponent, and he is right in front of you. You see every single attack begin, and your ability to react in time and correctly is the only thing that determines if it hits or not. You completely control your dodging, parrying, blocking, and slashing, all of which respond with unmatched precision. It is an unhindered, direct connection between the gamer and their warrior. This means that the challenge of your character, dueling dozens of powerful foes, is actually your challenge, which makes a victory in the game a real victory for the player. I simply cannot put into words how unique and absolutely stellar it is to play a game like that. It truly is one of the greatest achievements in gaming that I've ever experienced, and it's one that you have to play for yourself to fully understand. Nova 2, I love you, but Infinity Blade 2 is hands down the best iOS game of all time. You may still be my personal favorite, but just wow. Gorgeous graphics, spectacular swordplay, and an all-around excellent experience. That you will find in Infinity Blade 2. That, I'm very proud to say, you will find in the Rounded Square.